Charizard, I guess.
Swampert.
Oh yeah, Swampert as well.
Altaria picks up the matchup.
And you know, Skarmory against Altaria, you know, having Mantine there with Ice Beam, certainly double super effective against Altaria. So it's got some different weird matchups.
Okay, let's take a look at these lineups. Okay.
Oh wow. This is all over the place.
Well, this is regionals, right?
Yeah.
This is regionals.
Every single team brought a Tropius. All right. King?
Yes.
Favorite moveset on Tropius? Are you an Air Slash advocate or a Razor Leaf guy?
In regionals, I think Air Slash.
I think so too.
More consistent matchup against Medicham, probably. I'm not.
And Tropius itself.
And Tropius itself, and opposing grass Pokemon. In this case, there's no other. Caleb standing true to his word.
And it looks like Cody did opt for an Altaria.
Yep.
As opposed to, and he's the only Bastiodon user.
And
very interesting.
Lots of Lapras.
Every single team is running Medicham here, and it looks like we're gonna see our first matchup.
Toshi
against Bella. Bella, aka I'm not a girl. He gets confused as a girl so many times because of his avatar and his nickname.
I'm sure he gets some awkward DMs.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of those DMs. But what is this? This is a mirror team, except for the Bronzong
and Sableye. Oh no!
And Altaria.
Altaria.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, I guess that
pretty much no flyer.
Yeah.
No dedicated flyer other than like Tropius, arguably, on Bella's side. And his flyer definitely gets walled hard by Altaria. I'm expecting an Altaria on Toshi's side, for sure.
Okay, Toshi's
looks like he's forgoing Altaria. He's going for Sableye lead, Tropius, and Lantern there in the back. And Bella is just deciding what is he going to do. He's got his full lineup here of 41.
Toshi has to pick himself up. I think he's lost 6 in a row at this point in time, if the last chart was correct. So I'm sure he's going to come with a furious...
Come in strong.
Yeah.
Just come in strong and upset those top-tier matches. All right, Lapras.
So how's the Lapras Sableye matchup?
I think Lapras comes out okay. Surf Spam paired with Ice Shard.
See if it's
certainly Foul Play is doing a ton of neutral damage from Sableye. I'm actually not sure on this specific matchup, but we're about to find out. Shadow Claw is certainly going to charge up to those Foul Plays very quickly. He goes for the immediate switch. He might know something that we don't. Tropius comes out to play, and in response comes Bronzong. Not the greatest matchup for Tropius to be in. Mind you, this is a Razor Leaf Tropius. And so he does go for the Leaf Blade, not expecting a shield here from Bronzong at any point. Leaf Blade is not doing a whole lot of damage here. He's just trying to shore up the match as much as possible. Confusion is doing a ton of neutral damage. At some point, we're going to get that Psyshock, though, right?
Razor Leaf is doing a lot of damage.
Yeah. Bronzong is not the bulkiest, even though it resists
he's gonna have to
that Razor Leaf.
He's going to have to expend a shield at this point in time.
And it looks like he's forgoing the shield. So what I think he's going to do, he's going to go for the Psyshock. I don't think he's got enough for 2 Psyshocks.
Oh, I see what he wants to do. He wants to land a Psyshock on Sableye. Oh, wow.
Oh, he's going for the double Psyshock,
that's
forcing a shield or just winning the lead.
Yes. Then the Sableye is going to come back out with a little bit of an energy advantage.
And so Sableye does come out, and it looks like he's considering the switch to
Oh, they
Lapras.
have a mirror on the back
Oh,
side.
man. And so now Sableye coming out against the Lapras. And so before he switched out, and it looks like he just is in time.
Oh, wow.
To shield.
Nice switch.
Or to switch out to
really
the
nice
surf.
switch.
Yeah, beautiful switch there.
And then what do you do if you're the Lapras? You decide to... Oh, he has Skull Bash.
Oh, no. He's got an Ice Beam Surf Lapras on Bella's side. So he's going to try to fake it out, overcharge that Ice Beam up to what would be a Skull Bash, and then at some point Surfs are just going to have to come out. And he goes, oh, he goes for the Ice Beam.
No, that's definitely not the right move.
That was the misplay there. He's kicking himself for that. There's no way he wanted to do that Ice Beam. And he's able to just tank that Ice Beam, no sweat. Skull Bash comes out.
Not able to switch out fast enough.
And Skull Bash is shielded here. Now Lapras is a force to be reckoned with. His defense is boosted twice. All he's got to do is spam those shields. Lapras is about to get throttled here. He does get to that Surf. We're going to see a shield here. Enemy Sableye is going to come out and do a decent amount of damage. But remember, you guys, this Lapras is double boosted with this Skull Bash, right? So it's certainly doing a ton of work here. And he's got Sableye in the back. Do you think, King, there's any way for Bella to come out with the win here?
Oh man, maybe.
This is going to be really tough.
He's going to force a shield here.
He is. But he's got all this energy on Sableye, right?
And he's going to be able to land 2 foul plays on the opposing
just
Sableye.
2 foul plays. He does get to that, that foul play in time. It's certainly going to do a decent amount of damage against this Sableye. And he goes for the shield.
And he's going to get another one.
And he's going to get to Power Gem here. He goes for the Power Gem.
I guess they're both neutral.
I suppose he just figured he might not be able to get to 2.
Oh, but
he still has Lapras there. And so a foul play and... I think he overtapped a little bit there.
Oh, wow.
And so this foul play is going to be
Wow. Going for that Power Gem was the mistake.
Right?
But it's boosted.
It is boosted, and it's barely not able to knock it out, but...
Toshi should have went for the additional foul play.
Yeah.
He definitely would have.
That would have made the difference.
He definitely would have had it. Bella's like, wow, I just landed an Ice Beam on a Lapras, and I still came out on top.
He's definitely kicking himself for that, because now Toshi knows the Lapras moveset, right?
Yes.
If it had been a situation where he'd done the Surf, at least he would have been able to keep that card close, and maybe use that Ice Beam later down the road.
Because now he knows that if the Lapras comes out, he can just mirror.
That Lapras mirror
and win that matchup.
is an absolutely key matchup now.
Wow.
So is he going to double down with this team?
That was Toshi's win.
Oh, he used the wrong Lapras?
Did he? How do you know?
Someone in chat said he might have used the wrong Lapras here. And I think they might be discussing that.
I don't think he can change now.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer, because if he intended to use that Lapras, maybe we get to make fun of his naming convention, right? His naming convention prohibits him from having... I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened. He wanted...
No, but he wouldn't have done the Ice Beam still.
No, he wouldn't have done the Ice Beam, right? He would have gone for the Skull Bash for sure.
No, he was just done the Surf on the opposing Lapras. Like, I'm not sure. How can they know that he used the wrong Lapras?
Blandon from Elite 4 TV scrimmed with him quite a bit, and so like he's saying that he would have preferred to use it. I mean, again, this is hearsay. This is just what he's saying, but I tend to believe
like
Skull Bash is kind of like the best move.
Yeah, that's
to bring them this particular meta.
I don't think.
But now he's locked into it.
Yeah.
He already used Ice Beam.
Yeah, there's no way he can change it. There's really no way.
It's definitely like if that's the case that he wanted to use Skull Bash, this is kind of like
it's too bad.
It's a blunder. Yeah, it's a user error, as we say. It's the same as
man, like, yeah.
But I'd be kicking myself in that situation where you build your team, you curate for that Skull Bash, you practice with Skull Bash, and then you get to that. You use the Ice Beam instead. It's an honest mistake, but yeah. So let's see what we have.
Yeah, obviously doing 8 tournaments is stressful.
Just looking at his expressions, I mean, we'll be able to ask Bella maybe later on, and see what he says about it. But
Toshi's kicking himself. Oh man, if I was Toshi, it would be like, you had the match, you had it lined up.
Yeah, that's rough.
He's probably contemplating what to do now.
Yeah, because at this point,
like,
his whole strategy kind of revolved around that Skull Bash Lapras, and now he's stuck with the Ice Beam instead. And is he going to double down with Lapras being part of his essential core?
Oh,
and
the screen went down.
Looks like we have Bella's screen went down.
Okay, looks like he's locked in now.
We're going to be reconnecting most likely so that we can see both screens.
Okay, they took too long.
What do you think here? You're in Bella's situation. Now you're locked into that Ice Beam Lapras.
I don't.
Do you just not bring it at all, or do you just try to adjust your strategy?
What's the value in the Ice Beam Lapras now without its Callbash?
Tropius.
And because you don't have a true flyer.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is, Tropius can just shield that Ice Beam since it knows, right? So.
Yeah, man, it's a rough situation. Definitely the wrong one. It's not labeled RE for regionals.
Yeah.
But man,
the chat has a lot of expert knowledge here, so we're able to rag on.
A lot of Bella mind readers, right?
Yeah, it's we're able to turn the tables a little bit and rag on the chat. So.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know. Just based on what we're seeing here, I'd put money on the fact that Bella probably chose the wrong one.
I don't know. There's some people are like arguing that you should use the mon that you registered, but if you already used that mon,
yeah, if you used Ice Beam,
okay, the thing is,
he used Ice Beam.
If you use the wrong mon, you forfeit that match,
right?
Or you carry on with that Ice Beam Lapras.
Well, in this format, we don't have CPs registered.
Yes, so he has to continue using it.
Yeah.
Or
I would argue this. If he had Lapras and he only used Surf and he intended to use Skull Bash the whole time, it's like no harm done, right?
So,
you don't agree with that?
There's different IVs. There's different
movesets
and considerations.
Yeah,
like
I guess.
If you use that, either you use that Pokemon through the rest of the tournament, or you forfeit that one match.
Yeah. Well, he won it, so he's not in the worst case.
But that's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
He ended up winning with the quote-unquote inferior moveset, but
yeah.
But Bella's gonna find a way, right? Bella, as CM Godden put out, Bella's so good, so he'll certainly find a way. And he found a way to win.
This is a situation where a little bit of common sense applies, right? Because you know, if we do in fact have the moves registered for this particular tournament, this is the first round, right, for this regionals tournament. So I don't know if you registered this particular Lapras for this particular tournament, but the case is he's locked into it at this point, right?
You know, if I was facing Bella and Bella said like, "Hey, these wrong Lapras,"
I wouldn't care. I would just let him.
Yeah, whatever, right?
Yeah. But the stakes are really high here.
Yeah.
And we have to you know, abide by the rules here.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks like Bella might just totally readjust his strategy, bring in a Azumarill, Tropius, and Metachem here against a Tropius lead. Not a great position for that Azumarill to be on.
Might change things up.
He might. So I'm starting to figure out this naming convention. That -P is just for the eligible Showdown, and then NM is like Nightmare, and then RE is regionals. So it looks like he might have picked the wrong one. Now the thing is, if he registered,
we dropped it again.
If he registered, if we're having this discussion, because I'm seeing this in chat go down, people are potentially a little bit upset because he brought in the wrong Lapras, right? He brought in the least favorable Lapras, so I wouldn't disqualify him. I wouldn't disqualify that match.
Yeah, no, I get it.
There's a little bit of common sense applies.
Yeah.
If anything, he would have won more instead of, you know, losing or winning in that particular matchup, right?
You know,
it would have been more favorable.
The thing is,
because that Ice Beam was not shielded.
For example, he showed Ice Beam. There's no way that Toshi would try to time Skull Bash into Sableye.
Yeah, maybe.
Right, just like one particular scenario, right?
Yeah.
If they were both trying to Skull Bash, right?
Yeah.
Then he could have timed it. Wouldn't put it past these players to find a way to do something like that. Just like Toshi timed the Surf into his opposing Lapras.
Right.
So.
Man, it's tough. But as far as like the particulars about CP, I just wouldn't be too fussed about it because this is an honest mistake. It's not like he's trying to.
Absolutely.
It's not like he's trying to, you know,
malicious,
suddenly choose a different Lapras that's more favorable. But I do agree with the assessment that he should be locked in with the Lapras he used.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that does put him at a disadvantage for the rest of the tournament. So we'll see how he adjusts. Azumarill switch to Tropius. Looks like they're both running Razor Leaf here. Obviously, one would favor having Aerial Ace, but that's just not the case. And counter switch goes to Altaria. Looks like a little bit of screen lag from Bella, but both challengers here are able to go on with the match without lag. Altaria certainly walls this Tropius. It's a great matchup for Altaria. He's able to basically farm this Tropius and not worry too much about anything that comes out of it. Goes for the Sky Attack. Tempts it.
He doesn't want it to be too low.
Yeah, he's tempting him on the shield because he's got so much energy on this Tropius. Yeah. But any seasoned player will just kind of admit the loss and, you know, forego the shield.
Altaria. But the thing is, like, even if he comes Azumarill, it is a lot of...
Yeah, and Azumarill is kind of forced to use charge move at some point against this Altaria. It can't just farm it down with bubbles, right? Because those bubbles are resisted. That water type damage is resisted by Altaria. Yeah. Oh, man, he's running Hydro Pump.
What is he running? Hydro Pump?
Pump Rough.
Oh, man.
And it's the worst matchup against Tropius. Bella, once again, is in an uphill battle against this because he's forced to use the Play Rough.
And as soon as he sees the Play Rough, that's like a huge move. And then
he knows he's got Hydro Pump.
The only thing that could possibly happen that would be very favorable, he blind switched. Oh, he blind switched.
He blind switches, and Medicham comes and is received by this Lapras Power Up Punch.
Oh my gosh, he blind switched. I was like, the only way Toshi could lose this one is if he blind switches.
This is where it is, right? I mean, it was Toshi's match to lose, pretty much. He was in a really great position, and then he blind switched to this Medicham, and not a great spot to be in because the Medicham is able to just farm up so many buffs from those power-up punches, and he is just primed and ready to go. Ice Punch with a boost is a force to be reckoned with. No way this Tropius doesn't shield, and with Razor Leaf, it has a slightly worse matchup against this Medicham. Yeah, this is where you really want to have Aerial Ace, you guys, because Leaf Blade isn't going to do...
he's going to strictly just farm it down.
He's going to try to farm it.
But man, can he?
Ice Punch again is
Toshi
pretty much forcing him to use that last shield.
Let's see, though.
And so Medicham still has a shield remaining. He's able to...
Wow,
he's barely not able to get to that.
Toshi.
Wow.
Next level strats.
That is amazing because now Azumarill basically has nothing to do against this Tropius, even with that little bit of lag.
The match is over.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need to do this, so.
Yeah. This is rough. Rough to watch.
But man, you know.
Because now he's able to double Leaf Blade, and that is it. GG.
If he used a single Leaf Blade there, Bella would have been able to get off the Ice Punch.
Wow.
Those are, man.
That was really close.
That's ace rank trainer play.
Yeah, absolutely.
But man, that blind switch.
That was really, I mean, almost lost him the game.
Almost lost. Yeah, almost.
Almost.
I don't even know how he could have. Well, the thing Bella could have did was baited.
Right.
Right?
What do you think about the best moveset for Azumarill with the amount of Tropius being in play here?
Personally, I like...
You like Ice Beam?
Hydro Pump.
You like Pump Ice Beam? Or
Pump Ice Beam.
Oh, wow. Okay, so no Play Rough?
No Play Rough.
You forego the mirror matchup.
Yeah. You could run Play Rough is certainly viable because we're seeing a lot less tanks.
Mm-hmm.
And we're seeing... interesting... Toshi has no lantern, no anti-flyer.
Right.
So if you had like Skarmory, you'd be in so in this case, for example, in Toshi's side, I would run Ice Pump to secure the matchup against Skarmory a little bit better.
Yeah.
But he does have Lapras. Lapras does win against Skarmory.
So this is going to be close, you guys. They're going into the third game here for this match. And they're both really trying to do the best they can to come out ahead as possible. Neither of them want to forego this match. And I believe this is the only ranked cup of the evening.
Yes. It's only 3 battles, so
still something.
Still something, yeah.
Looks like they're going to refresh their QR codes here.
Yeah. Toshi restarted his phone.
Yeah.
Restarted his app, so.
Man, I'm kind of surprised none of them are running Air Slash on Tropius here. I would have expected a lot more Air Slash. I mean, there's still a lot more games to be watched here, but...
I guess the win more, secure the win.
Certainly helps in some situations like Lapras, for example. It helps against Lapras, but...
That's a pretty big consideration since a lot of people are running Lapras.
Yeah. Lapras was such a sleeper pick with that Skull Bash.
Yep.
Everybody was discarding Skull Bash. And, like, I remember it sparked up in some of our, intense meta discussions, and then it surfaced in Championship in, I believe, Argentina,
To
right?
be fair, day one, I was like, oh, Skull Bash could be interesting on Lapras.
Everybody shut you down.
Everyone shut me down.
And some people shut you down knowing that it was going to be good. They just wanted to shut you down.
They're like, King, don't make a video on this.
It reminds me of Hunter in the original Twilight. I don't know if you were in Go Stadium at that point. It wasn't even called Go Stadium. And we were all on this Haunter train. And everybody was all hyped up about Haunter or whatever. And anytime we saw any little bit of hype around Haunter on subreddit, we were just downvoted all together. And it was all in good fun. It was all in good fun. Even like each other, like Mason would put out a post, and obviously he was in those discussions. And we all downvoted him and stuff, so it was all a lot of fun. And obviously we all knew about Haunter, and it ended up being like a decent matchup against a lot of things. It wasn't game breaking, but looks like we're locking in our teams. Bella might be going for another round with Lapras here. Now, ironically, this is the situation where you would want to have Ice Beam. Yeah, right? So, against
Bella's making good use of it, right? As Gollum said, Bella's so good, right?
Yeah, I mean, Ice Shard, Ice Beam Lapras is definitely classic. I know he's kicking himself for having it, but this would be that situation.
So the thing here is whoever wins Switch Advantage basically wins the match.
Oh, wow. Looks like...
Gonna restart.
Oh, a little Lanoon there.
Oh, yeah, man.
Look at all that Stardust.
Weather boosted Lanoon.
Man, I'm gonna catch that Lanoon.
Okay.
You gotta catch that. And so who are... Man, it's been like so long since I had...
Okay. I'm also gonna spin the stop to get a gift. But we're gonna do this way before they're gonna start. I've actually never thrown at Lanoon.
This is whether we're able to catch this Lanoon before the...
It's pretty big.
Top tier caster strats here.
No, it's bad distribution.
Oh, but it's pretty much PvP ready. I'm just gonna go for the golden Raz here.
Okay, I just discreet balled it, but
I just ultra ball golden Raz.
No quick catch.
Nah, why bother? Yeah. I wanna watch it.
Yeah. Simple pleasures in life. I remember I did a stream at GoFest, and then oh man, okay, Bella, you gotta get an Apple charger, Apple certified wire. Oh yeah.
Not a bad distribution. 9.13.5. It's not the worst.
Oh, Bella, unplug your phone. Unplug your phone.
All right, Lapras matched up against
whoever
Tropius.
wins this lead,
this is
wins
huge.
the match.
This is absolutely huge. If he's able to land that Ice Beam that he's regretting to have brought.
Oh,
from
he has
earlier.
a water gun. I thought it was an Ice Shard one. Oh, it's water gun.
Oh, it's water gun.
Oh my gosh, that's even worse.
Oh,
oh man.
He's got water gun.
Oh, no wonder it was.
What happened?
Oh, okay, lagging.
Oh, he was lagging there?
Yeah. Oh man.
How did we miss that?
Well, we probably expected it to be an Ice Shard one.
Yeah. That's a big boo-boo.
Oh man, you can't stay in that matchup either.
I was thinking, you know, if it's Ice Shard, Ice Beam, it's not the worst matchup at all against Tropius. Let's see what grief we're getting in the chat.
Oh man.
If you guys noticed in the chat that it was Water Gun, because did you notice it was
I
Water
had
Gun?
no idea.
I thought it had been Ice Shard.
Well, the thing is, Laprashes are so big against each other, you can't even see what's happening.
Yeah, that's their excuse.
Yeah,
That's
no,
our
I'm
excuse.
being serious, right? Same thing with like, you can't really know Bronzon Fade Attack is so huge, right?
Yeah.
It's so distracting in its movements.
Man, I'm getting. You mentioned no quick catch, and now I'm getting all the grief in the chat for not quick catching.
It's okay. Some people enjoy. Okay, I'll tell you a story at GoFest. I was streaming and I was catching Torkoals, and someone's like, "You don't want to see the dex entry? Do you not live life?" I was like, "Man, I've seen a bajillion dex entry."
I don't think I've ever quick catched a dex entry because I wanted to absolutely make sure that I
but there was Torkoals
cut it or
everywhere.
whatever.
There was Torkoals
But
everywhere.
it might have been, if I had done it, it might have been in Chicago because I was fast catching everything there.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
And you know, you guys can hate on me for you know, this not quick catching nonsense, but at the end of the day, this is not what we're here for. It's not.
Oh man, he has 0 answers for this Tropius.
Oh man.
My gosh.
So you're kind of seeing this, right? This naming convention. He's got the Kingdom Lapras there.
Yeah.
With Water
Oh
Gun.
man.
That's a bummer. That's certainly a bummer.
Bella's like, what the heck am I gonna do?
Oh.
Oh god.
This is painful. Is it painful for you to watch this?
This is extremely painful. Basically, the only thing he can do is get to this ice beam
and land it.
Pray that Toshi will not shield it.
But there's no way he doesn't shield it.
Well, he's gonna bait.
But he's not able to get to 2, like a surf and an ice beam.
He's just gonna double surf.
Yeah, I guess.
And he's hoping that he's gonna burn both shields.
Yeah, that's rough. But he's not able to get to 2 surfs. Yeah.
Oh man, he literally has.
Man.
Bella's like, oh my gosh. Okay, turn off this air server. it's over. It's over.
So it looks like Bella's screen went out, but they are still playing this out. We know that Tropius had a ton of HP, finishing out that Lapras matchup.
I'm assuming he went Medicham.
Yeah, so anyway, Leaf Blade does come out. Medicham blocks it. He goes for another Leaf Blade, and probably if I was Medicham, I'd be blocking it again. You want to have as much HP going up against the opposing whatever comes out next. And I think he had Sableye tucked there in the back, ready for this Medicham. No matter the boost, it's just not going to matter.
He's probably not going to charge. He's probably. Oh, but the thing is,
Ice Punch is certainly going to do a ton of damage, but he does go for the power-up punch.
Man.
And the aggregate damage from this Razor Leaf is certainly doing a lot. And he goes for the Azumaril. Leaf Blade comes out, and Bella
the thing
is
if
just
he would
the
ice
facial
punched,
expressions on Bella right now. I'm feeling his pain.
But the thing is, if he would have went Ice Punch and KO'd that Tropius, he would be like Azumaril versus Medicham.
It's tough. It's tough.
Oh man,
it's tough. It's so painful to watch that Lapras come out. It's kind of like those recommended battles. Where
man, he came Sableye into a. Oh god.
Yeah, this is really rough to watch because now Medicham, even with the boost, is just not doing a whole lot against this Sableye. You might as well shield. Why not? You have nothing to lose. This Sableye is within knockout range of the Medicham. You're going out for the foul play. Foul play is going to, I think it's going to nuke.
Yeah,
what's left of this Medicham for sure. Goes for the excellent foul play, knocks out the Medicham.
Man.
That's rough.
That was rough.
That's really rough to watch.
Oh, man. That was...
F is appropriate in the chat.
He had 0, but
I would have liked to see, honestly, what I would have liked to see is you'd be able to rewind in time a little bit and have him pick his actual... Skull Bash, the appropriate moveset for this meta, and see them duke it out and have an actual match. And being locked into this tournament with a Water Gun Lapras, he's gonna have to play things very differently
man.
on the off-stream battles.
Hey man, he had 0 Tropius counters.
But you know, on the plus side, we get to bash him for life.
He has play rough. He had play rough on his Zoom roll too.
Yeah.
Now Blandon's gonna tell us in the chat he intended to have Ice Beam.
No way.
Oh man.
Lapras Logan. Toshi said he could have had a stroke mid-game and he'd still win.
Oh man.
Oh man, that's yeah. That was a slaughter for sure. I mean, here's the thing, right? Bella is such a great player. He was able to shore up that win in the first match, and then it went pretty even in the second one. But Toshi, being such a highly skilled player, he's able to figure out his team.
He's like, just lead Tropius.
And he's figured it out, right?
Lead Tropius, and what are you gonna do? As soon as he saw play rough on the Zoom roll, he's like, man, this guy literally has nothing that can check my Tropius.
Right. That's it's a rough spot to be in.
I don't know, bronze on, like that's pretty much it, right? Like, oh man. Oh.
And I feel for Bella because this wasn't like some kind of a misplay. This was just strictly choosing the wrong one. You can kind of see on his naming convention that he had chosen his Kingdom Lapras instead of the regionals one. So.
Oh man, so what do you?
No, you're locked. You're done. You know, you chose the wrong one from the beginning, and at this point, you're kind of forced to continue with it. So, but that's still rough. I still feel for him. You know.
That was.
You know, you side with the rules, but you still feel for your friend.
Do we have the bracket up? Well, they must have.
Let's see the bracket. Let's see the bracket. See what the scores are. If we're able to see what the next pairing is going to be. Oh,
so ValorAsh
ValorAsh and OK then will be on stream next.
Can we see the rest of the bracket? Like who won?
I think it's still being updated. So, yeah. So
I just want to know if Cody won.
Yeah. Did Cody win? Okay.
Did win?
Yeah, he did win against Craig.
Oh wow. So he needs to win.
So Cody won against Craig. Now he's going to be matched up against another winner.
Yes, he's gonna. Cody will be matched up with Toshi.
And OK then we're going to be watching OK then in ValorAsh.
So we could be looking at the finals. But you know, if ValorAsh loses this one, and Cody, yeah, it's within each of their control destiny to play this out.
This is rough, man.
Yeah. Wow. That's
Well, the thing is, though, a lot of other players don't know Bella's moves.
Yes, that's correct.
So if he's able to keep his cards really close, he might be able to outperform his bad move sets moving forward. And so we do have an interview on deck. We're going to be sending it over to J Farm, interviewing Cody. So over to you.
All right, Cody. First of all, I want to say huge congratulations for everything you've done so far. You've really shown some true skill and how it is to play PvP as a whole. Now, I have one very important question for you. Will you be able to take the title away from ValorAsh?
I definitely hope so. I have a ton of people at home watching. I mean, my support group is huge. There's so many people I want to thank for even letting me get this far. I mean, C9 got him, Evan Walter, the whole STL PvP group. I mean, the list seriously goes on and on and on. You know, all of bracket 3 in the battle park. And there's just so many people. There's so many people. But without them, I really wouldn't be here, honestly. So I really think that I have a chance. I've put in a lot of work. I mean, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you. On to you guys.
Thank you.
Certainly a very common theme in a lot of these top-tier players. They're always so humble.
And they have great
and they
communities
recognize
behind them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, PvP we often view as a one-on-one games, but the reality is it's accumulation of many people's support and hours of practice and
it's a network.
knowledge and quality.
It's like a big family almost. And even though, these competitors are very fierce in their competition and the amount of skill they bring to the table, we're all friends here.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's fun to see players excel and still get along, even though only one is going to get this very fancy trophy.
Yes, beautiful trophy. Season 1, ultimate.
Yeah. All right, so these two players are locked in against each other. Mason with a Zoomerl, Skarmory, Medicham, Lantern.
Okay, then, too, also choosing not to run a traditional
hard counter to Medicham.
I was going to say
no flyers.
No flyer.
This is interesting. I would have expected Mason to go for some kind of triple flyer shenanigans.
Yes, but he likes that. The thing is that Mason has publicly put out he really likes the Sableye Lantern core in the back, along with Venusaur lead. So let's see. Oh man, he caught the Tropius.
Okay, catching the Tropius is huge. This Tropius is going to switch out immediately to, looks like a Zoomerl with an unconventional moveset with Hydro Pump and Ice Beam. So we'll see how this plays out.
Absolutely has no answer for this one.
This is painful.
Man. And he's going to show.
He's going to show his cards right here. Arguably, you might, you just want to be using Play Rough no matter what. There's not a situation where you want to be using Ice Beam.
Man, he probably wants to get hit by another. Well, I don't know if this.
You might have wanted to overcharge there.
I think he did overcharge. I was gonna say he probably hopes to get hit by another Hydro Pump before departing, so that way the Tropius can't farm that much.
Okay, so he is able to get to that Hydro Pump. It's going to do a decent amount of damage. It just takes a few more bubbles than Play Rough does.
And then oh man, this is so perfectly calculated. This is typical Valor Ash.
Yeah, Thunderbolt ready to go against that Tropius coming in. Was it an Air Slash? It was, it really doesn't matter. Thunderbolt does come out. It's going to do a decent amount of neutral damage against this Tropius. Not expecting a shield at this point. Tropius tanks that Thunderbolt.
Oh, it's Air Slash.
And it is an Air Slash Tropius. Is he going to get to that second Thunderbolt? No way. It's Air Slash. Takes it down. He's got a lot of energy coming in. Skarmory comes back in. Tropius switches out to the Lantern and counter switch to Medicham. Medicham able to just rack up those power-up punches. Power-up punches is going to boost.
Oh, man,
this is a rough uphill battle for that Lantern. Certainly not going to be wanting to take those aggregate power-up punches and counters. It's just going to accumulate at this point for Lantern.
For sure,
shielding this Thunderbolt. Medicham has just definitely the winning hand here. He was able to shore up that matchup. Tropius against Skarmory in the lead. It's very hard to come back from. Medicham just racking up those power-up punch, super buffed at this point. And he's just continuing to rack up those counter damages. I think he's just going to elect to feign it down.
No,
he goes for the second power-up punch instead, so he doesn't have to expend his shield or just be at equal shields here.
He really wants to switch. I don't think his switch clock is up yet.
Oh, wow. And he's barely able to get to that Thunderbolt in time. I think here, you're Mason, you shield. And sure enough, he does. He goes for the Thunderbolt.
Yeah, man, it doesn't even matter.
And so he takes down the Lantern. He's got a little bit of energy. He's double or triple buffed at this point. Air Slash, or Aerial Ace, certainly is going to do a lot of damage here. But I think he's going to be able to... Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. He gets to... Oh, he's barely not able to get to that power-up punch, but at this point, he's got Sky Attack ready to go on Skarmory with a lot of HP. This is GG. It was GG pretty much from the start. At this point, he's not even using any bubbles there. Very nicely played.
Well
It's
played.
very hard to come back from that lead.
Man, Valor Ash, what a read. What an excellent read.
Man, you lead Skarmory to Tropius,
but man, when you
against Valor Ash, you're sweating for sure at that point. You want to obviously immediately switch and come out with some kind of crafty gimmick, but that's what happens.
perfect coverage, perfect team balance, man.
And so is Mason able to shore up, you know,
His trip to the finals,
yeah,
to control his destiny.
that's the real question here, you guys. A lot of people rooting for Mason. A lot of people rooting for the other players. We'll see what they lock in with. At this point, they're just studying each
but
other's teams.
Okay, and then 2 has really shown sometimes that he can adjust and adapt.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised if he does so accordingly. So this is a favorable.
I'm surprised Mason isn't using his perfect Metacham here. I wonder if there's a reason for that.
Maybe has a different moveset.
It seems like it was the same, right? Power Up Punch and Ice Punch.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. So in any case, a Zoomerl matchup against Metacham. Metacham here just spams a Power Up Punch. He might expect a switch at this point, but
No,
he's
I don't.
read the Ice Beam Hydro Pump moveset,
Yeah.
right?
And he's just trying to show that he has play rough to force his shield.
And so Ice Beam is going to come out. He shields, potentially expecting that Hydro Pump.
And whoever wins the lead, again, is going to be
It's going to be
in
huge.
Medichamp, what does he have? Medichamp.
Yeah, so he's just powering up that Metacham with those Power Up Punch boosts, slowly chipping away at this Azumarill. He's looking like he's wanting to switch at some point. Ice Beam does come out. We'll see if he expends a shield. If he does, he's really committing to this matchup. Now he's at a 2 shield deficit with Metacham. Goes for the Power Up Punch again, boosting that
He's gonna have
Metacham
to
for the
shield.
counter.
He's going to have to shield if he doesn't want to give up this Azumarill.
He does.
Does he? Or is he going to be
He
able
he opts to not
to...
shield.
Oh, maybe not the next one.
And
Okay,
so Metacham here is looking like it's in a pretty good spot. He switches out. Lantern comes out.
Here
Counter
comes
switch
the
to
Metacham.
Metacham
Oh, man.
with 2 shields.
This is going to be a bad matchup because I think he has Lantern in the back
yeah.
to latch up with the...
Yeah, Lantern here is pretty much throttled by that Metacham. This is a free farming session for Metacham. It's able to certainly get a ton of boost out of this matchup. Shields the Thunderbolt because why not, right? And then certainly our shiny Metacham with the shiny damage boost is able to...
Man, it's a pretty good IV shiny
It is
too.
1426, man.
Oh, I am
That's
jealous.
very, very
And
close.
I'm pretty sure that's a 98.
That's like a really, really close.
Wow.
You know, if it reaches all the relevant bulk points and if it's the only thing is HP, then it's effectively a perfect in almost any scenario. So Power Up Punch, ready to go. We'll see if he goes for the Ice Punch instead. He sure does. Ice Punch comes out,
man.
and no shields left.
Will
A
this
boosted
KO?
Metacham.
The double power
It's not a knockout, but it's certainly very
punch.
close.
Yeah.
And Metacham in exchange has a Power Up Punch ready to go. We'll see if
I
he
don't think he
shields. And he does
Oh,
shield.
it does shield.
At the very least, we are able to get that
Well,
shield
maybe-
out.
It doesn't matter. 'Cause it's
Opts for the Skarmory.
And as soon as he sees the Skarmory, he's going to pull out his Lantern.
He's out comes Skarmory, counter switch. Oh, he goes for the Power Up Punch instead. And
Does he not have Lantern in the back? Or maybe I'm thinking
I
wrong.
thought he did.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he has Lantern in the back.
It was unnecessary to...
Yeah. At that point, it's just doing chip damage. At this point, Lantern and Metacham and Azumarill. I know we're always
he's gonna miss some
conservative.
bubbles.
I know we're always conservative and saying like, can you pull out ahead? But there's no way.
There's no way.
Not
Man,
against 3 Pokemon.
And locked up. Wow. Really good read. Unfortunate switch by...
Very excellent comeback from OK then. I
Yeah.
mean, Mason had a solid win in the first game there. But now we're on the 3 games for this match.
Yes. And they've just been dominating wins on both sides.
Yeah. Wow. These are also close, and regionals being saved for last. It's
like it.
most of these guys' favorites
I like
too.
it. Yeah, you ask them, like, what cup are you favoring relative to others? Regionals.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys all can't say regionals.
Rob won skis. So you boys better be tired. I'm not tired. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Well, I think
Let's do another
they're-
one of these.
They're probably talking about the competitors. So we're just here talking.
I don't know.
Let's see here. Mason just like GG's. Oh man, you know they should have a button where you can forfeit a match.
Forfeit a match?
Like once you know it's over.
Man,
I think people would prematurely do it.
like a Haunter GG emote.
Yeah.
Just click on it.
Okay. Man, Mason has not shown that Tropius hit. There's no flyers, right? No flyers. I think it's time. Show the Tropius.
He's bringing Tropius.
You know, he's no flyers, right? Like, what's he going to do? If he doesn't bring Lapis or Bronze on, which he hasn't yet, then it's over.
And
Right?
Lapras hopefully has the right moveset.
Yeah. If he doesn't bring, it's over. We've seen this before.
This is rough.
He has no,
We're in for a little bit of a roller coaster
yeah,
ride here.
well, we're about to see this, another Tropius run over a team right now.
Yeah.
Man, okay then 2 is like, oh my gosh. How am I going to play this out?
And so we do have Medicham up against Tropius. He comes up to the Ice Punch. He goes for the Ice Punch
And
immediately.
it's an air/Tropius.
Air/Tropius certainly shores up the matchup better against Medicham. He opts not to shield. Certainly going to do a ton of damage here. Medicham.
Does he shield?
Does he shield? He's probably going to shield, namely because he has that Azumarill and Lantern in the back. He just wants to do as best as he can against this Tropius.
He's going to power up punch.
Definitely, right? No sense in risking another Ice Punch against this Tropius.
Oh, he's going to let it come through. Does it survive?
Oh, man. Leaf Blade's going to do a ton of
Oh.
damage here. And he goes for the Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch, not doing a whole lot of damage against this Tropius, but Tropius is on very low HP. And, man, it would have been nice to have that Tropius for the rest of this team. And at this point, Tropius is pretty much throttled. So he does take the lead. Tropius is at a shield advantage and won the lead, chipping away at this Lantern, definitely doing a ton of damage with this Leaf Blade.
He's not going to shield.
Opts not to shield. We're going to be able to see how OK then tries to recover from this. Lantern certainly has a lot of
Medicham coming in.
energy on this. Medicham comes out, ready to go with these power-up punch boosts. Thunderbolt comes out to play against Medicham. Medicham surely shields this, and
Azumarill comes
out comes Azumarill, counter-switching to the Medicham, takes the power-up punch, but at this point, it's not the worst spot to be in because power-up punch is just boosting your counter damage anyway. So now he can...
Well, it would be better to hit the... Well, what's he going to do? He's
going to stay in here or switch to Skarmory. Ooh. Now, Skarmory doesn't want to be taking this Hydro Pump.
This is going to be huge. Oh, man.
Ooh. He would have wanted to take this Ice Beam.
Yeah, well...
Now, Hydro Pump is certainly going to wreck him. But Skarmory is able to get that Sky Attack in, chip away at the Azumarill. Azumarill, remember, you guys, doesn't have a Play Rough, so it doesn't have as good of a matchup against Medicham.
So
if it's able to get to that Hydro Pump, certainly doing a lot of damage, but against Lantern, Lantern didn't really have a whole lot of energy switching out, so we'll see. We'll see whether he is able to tank this Hydro Pump. I think Skarmory is going to be able to hold on here. Yeah, sure enough. He's able to hold on here, get to the Sky Attack, immediately get to... Oh, he's going to go for the... Oh, wow. He goes for the switch out. Goes for Lantern. Skarmory goes for the Sky Attack anyway.
Oh, man. This is going to be very close.
Very, very close. Because now... Lantern will be able to get to the Thunderbolt. Oh, no. No way. No way. Medicham has the energy. He's going to go for power-up punch spam against the Azumarill, which doesn't have a whole lot of HP left.
He's going to be able to land 2 of them.
He's going to be landing 2 power-up punches.
And he needs to land the Hydro Pump to win it.
Azumarill definitely resists the power-up punches, but after all these boosts, he definitely has to go for the Hydro Pump here. Another power-up punch.
He's going to land this power-up punch and then basically 1 counter.
Yeah.
And it's over.
This is it.
Even lands the Ice Beam here.
This is it. Ice Beam, not enough.
Not enough.
It is a...
if he had Play Rough,
it would have been a different story.
It would have been over.
It would have been a different story because he would have been able to get to that Play Rough and certainly nuke this Medicham, and he would have still been in the game.
Wow!
Very nice.
Even after the Ice Punch came through?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about the Tropius matchup, right? You can tank that first ice punch
But
without
the thing
boost.
is, if OK then 2 went for the ice punch on the second instead of going for the power up punch,
It's very predictable.
but then if he would have landed the second time, he would have fainted down the Tropius, forced either the Skarmory or the Medicham to come in, and it would have been OK then
Right.
to take control. But after that, he had to really come from behind and then land the Ice Beam bait and then land the Hydro Pump, but it wasn't enough.
Wow.
It just wasn't enough.
Amazing.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we get the finals that we want.
You know, it's a good thing that they save regionals for last, because after, going through a whole day of this, it is probably better on the competitors too to keep the stamina
Yeah.
for the regional matchups, right? Because they're all so intense and so very close, as opposed to some of these other themed cups. It's a little bit different there. Lead might be a little bit more predominant there. So we're getting a
So
lot of love
if,
for
if
Mason
Cody,
here in the chat.
If Cody does not win this, well, technically Mason still has to win the next one, because if Cody wins the next one, then they'll be tied.
Could we get a scoreboard? Oh,
has-
Cody lost in round 2.
So Tosh, in order for Mason still has to win, because if Cody wins next, and no, actually no. No, I think Mason's won.
Did he win?
I think he's won because he's up 2 points right now, right? Yeah,
I
it's
think
over.
Cody really needed a win.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
But do they know?
Who knows?
The competitors. Probably
Doesn't-
not.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're still.
No, they don't. But,
But it's over. It's over for the tournament, but it's not over for regionals,
it is not over.
right? Toshi really wants to win this one, right?
Everybody wants to win here.
And Mason wants to show that he's the most dominant winner in Ultimate Showdown. None of the Ultimate Showdown winners won three cups.
Yeah. I
And
mean, do you ever not want to win if you're one of these players?
yeah, there's certainly times and places, right? So
You want to win. I think you want to win. You come here all the way, and you spend the whole day, and you curate your teams, and you practice this much. You want to win. You play
Yeah.
to win every single match.
yeah,
You bring your best. Hopefully, don't pick the wrong Lapras, and you just do the best you can.
yeah. Well, here comes Toshi versus Mason versus Valor Ash. We're gonna move on to the game. These two, they want to win, but they're having fun.
They are having.
Fun. And Mason knows it, right?
You should.
Well,
Has any other player won 3
No.
tournaments in
No.
a showdown?
no,
That hasn't happened.
I believe the 93 ran 1-2.
Yeah.
Wild Susan Boyle 1-2.
This would be the first. To win 3 cups, to win 3 tournaments in an ultimate showdown with this fierce competition, this is by
We're
far the
talking
highest
about-
ranked players
we're
of any
talking-
showdown,
Yeah.
and Mason taking 3 wins here would be pretty huge for
And
him.
you know what? There's a riding on for Mason as well. He has not won a Mirror Cup yet. A rank.
He
Mirror
needs
Cup.
it for his gold badge too. That's true.
Yep.
That's a pretty big thing for him. So
JR Honda will not let Mason live it down if he does not win this regionals.
Right. And you know what's another thing is that the winner here is going to be going up against Arrow,
Oh man!
because we have the ultimate spectator after this.
Did he win? Of course he won.
Whoever wins this,
This kid
right,
is unstoppable.
this ultimate showdown, and going up against the ultimate spectator
Arrow
here.
is unstoppable.
You know, when you go and you were
So-
talking about NBA
so-
before,
Yeah.
and getting these shots in and playing
Man.
against a top player.
Arrow is
Arrow
Zion.
is a top player.
He is Zion Williams.
Yeah.
Right? He's coming up to the big leagues. Right? These guys are playing in their all-star game.
And they've been playing all day. Arrow's been just warming up, just
and,
ready,
And he's been
sharpen
watching
his knife.
He's been watching them play. Wow. But, they also watched 8 rounds of Arrow. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. This kid, The best
What
undertap-
meta they're gonna
the
be
best
playing?
undertapper I've ever seen.
Is he really?
Absolutely. I don't know how many times he's like, "Can undertap this?"
He certainly played. You know, we're all kind of in the same hotel room here, and then he was up late just practicing, sharpening his knife,
I don't know.
getting ready
how
for
many
this
times we were
matchup.
practicing our matches, and he beat me several times consecutively. So
Maybe I should
we'll
add
see.
him,
We'll see.
and he has someone else to beat up on.
Okay.
Okay, Altaria against Metacham. Not a bad matchup for this Altaria to be in.
Yeah.
Not expecting a shield, or I mean a switch out. Metacham goes for the switch out, and Skarmory comes in to be greeted by this Metacham. Yeah, not
great
great
for Toshi after like a really good prediction, but he needed that switch.
Yeah. And so he's just going to spam power-up punches here, boost this Metacham as much as possible, just rack up that neutral damage against Skarmory.
But is he going to have to expend both shields?
Yeah, to really equalize this matchup. He's going to have to shield this Sky Attack for sure. And he is able to get to that power-up punch before.
Which is huge.
This is absolutely huge.
Is Mason not shielding this?
Oh, wow. He's not shielding this.
Oh, he survives it. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, man.
So now
Who is this guy?
You're in a really rough
Who is this guy?
rough
He's not going to
position.
shield?
Yeah. Now this will knock out the Metacham, but now you can kind of shore up whatever's left on that Skarmory, take it out, and have a lot of energy going into the next matchup.
Though. But he has Tropius in the back.
Yeah.
And that
Tropius in the back, Azumarill's rocking up. The Sky Attack is going to come out any second now against Azumarill. He knows.
Why isn't Toshi switching to...
Toshi switching to... Tropius?
Maybe he will now?
He does switch to Tropius. And we have an Ice Beam ready to go. And sure enough, he elects to Ice Beam. He shields this on the Tropius side. And
man,
it's going to be rough. Now ValorAsh still has 2 shields here. He counter switches over to Metacham. He goes for the power punch.
Well, he knows
he
has
just
to
wants
land
to
too.
boost it once,
He knows he has
take
to
it
land
out
too.
with the ice punch.
But does he survive? He does.
And so he's going to shield this Leaf Blade, take out the Tropius with a
because he knows
ice punch.
He knows. Oh man. The thing is, he's going to overfarm it? No, he's not.
No, you just take it out. You take it out with the ice punch. This is going to nuke that Tropius, and then he still has...
Oh, man. But the thing is, like...
He still has a shield left for this matchup,
oh,
right?
yeah, but...
He goes for the ice punch.
Is this going to KO? Single
I think so. It's a single boosted ice punch, double super effective.
I don't think it KOs.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Yeah,
barely is not able to.
Oh, man.
But still.
I knew it was close.
But, you know, he still had a shield and another Pokemon there ready to go.
So the Zoomer on the back. GG. Wow. Yeah. Toshi with a somewhat huge prediction, like in the close game. And you know what? Mason identifying that
he would be able to survive that.
Power punch and ice punch, or double ice punch. Rather go for the boosted.
Well, yeah, because once you boost the Metacham, you have 2 shields, right? You use the shield against the Tropius. You boost it once, and you're able to pretty much knock out.
Yeah, one power punch is not going to KO anyway, so
yeah.
Might as well go for the boost, and then KO on the second time anyway, so. Wow.
The only thing we haven't seen that we saw in Seattle has been that standoff.
Yes.
Right?
How could man, if Toshi shielded, would that have been better off?
Man, it's hard to say.
I think if he shielded, the Zoomer would have came in. It would have been shields down at that point in time. And if he would have came Tropius into the Zoomer.
Now you're talking about shielding with the Metacham? Or shielding with which one?
Shielding with the Metacham.
Yeah. And not taking the Sky Attack?
And not taking the Sky Attack. Would he use that shield later on, right? For the Tropius. And he would have been down... he would have been down 2 shields.
Yeah. It's tough. Could have gone any other way.
Yeah. The thing is, he switched too slow.
It's true. And so it looks like we're going for Tropius lead. Toshi locked in a Tropius, and they're both locking in their Tropius against each other. So this is going to be
But,
interesting in the lead.
Mason has Air/Tropius.
Does he?
Toshi has Razor Leaf Tropius.
That's rough.
Right? Am I right? Or they both have Razor Leaf? I'm
Let's
pretty
see.
sure. Let's see. If my memory serves me correct, or
Yes.
he does.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
he's gonna-
has
he's gonna switch. He's gonna
Air
switch.
Slash versus Razor Leaf. Those
Toshi's-
Air Slashers doing so much damage, and it's charging a lot faster against this Tropius from Toshi's side. Sure enough, he is able to get to that aerial ace. I guess Toshi is hoping for. Yeah, well, he does block that aerial ace. Switches out,
And
brings
then here
Altaria, counter
comes
switches over to Azumarill. Azumarill has Ice Beam and Hydro Pump, which seems to be the preferred move set for a lot of these players this time around. Ice Beam, Hydro Pump.
I think it's the right moveset for. Oh man, he missed the bubble as well.
And so Sky Attack comes out. Not a whole lot of damage to Azumarill. It is able to get to that Ice Beam in time.
It's gonna
He's
farm
just
a little bit.
over charging here a little bit, getting that precious energy for the
Oh my
later
gosh.
matchup.
Was that not the perfect count?
Yeah,
Is this gonna KO? I don't think it KOs. It
it's
doesn't
very
matter.
close.
It doesn't matter, right? But that was impressive counting though.
Yeah, if he had made it. So he missed a couple bubbles there, unfortunately. Not that it would have made a whole lot of difference, but Azumarill's able to farm down this Altaria. Has an Ice Beam ready to go against what we're expecting to come out is the Tropius with Razor Leaf here. And he's going to have to expend that shield against this Azumarill, for sure. Oh, he switches out with his own Azumarill. Very patient on Mason's side. He does elect to go for the Hydro Pump here, which is interesting.
This is still.
At this point, the play rough Azumarill does have the upper hand, but he is within Ice Beam range, so no reason
Oh
to
man,
use that extra
if
energy.
this Ice Beam doesn't KO,
It's
Oh,
gonna come
man,
really
that was-
close.
a crazy read.
Yeah. So that's pretty rough there. So out comes the Hydro Pump. It's doing a decent amount of damage against this Azumarill, who's trying to farm up as much energy as possible.
then-
Has basically Play Rough almost ready to go. Ice Beam ready to go. Out comes Medicham. Medicham is going to shield here. There's no question. And so we're getting a little bit of lag here, expecting the Play Rough. Oh, he does go for the bait here. Medicham does shield. Is he able to get to another Play Rough? That's going to be the question here. Azumarill pretty tanky.
I don't
I think he
this-
might be able to get to that Play Rough.
I think
So he goes for the Ice Beam instead. Power Up Punch comes out. I think Azumarill going to tank this. His first Play Rough, not
Yeah.
boosted. It's going to be able to tank this. Ice Beam comes out with a shield left.
Oh man, he chooses not
Very
to
just
shield.
amazing read on Mason's
Oh
part.
man, he is reading Toshi like
Yeah.
a book.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, if there was ever a deserved winner for this, it would be
Let's see.
the
if
one
it-
and only Valor Ash. Out comes Power Up Punch to receive this Tropius. Tropius just takes it, no problem. Has Aerial Ace or Leaf Blade ready to go up against this Medicham. Medicham is going for the Ice Punch. It's going to be really close here. Tropius elects to shield. That was the right play there.
man,
Out comes the counter switch. Aerial Ace ready to go on our Mason's Tropius.
Wow.
And no shields remaining. Out goes that Tropius.
Man.
Wow. Match goes to Mason.
Wow.
That's some head knowledge.
Jesus, man.
Gotta have that head
ValorAsh
knowledge.
just put a clinic on this entire field.
Yeah.
He just won by what? Like probably 10 points?
Yeah. That's amazing. Really well. I
Ugh.
mean, just really well played.
Wow. Okay, come back.
Yeah. So I think we have.
Wow. Okay. I am speechless by how well he read Toshi and the rest of the field, and just
Just some clinical application of shields, and using that energy
or
just
not
to a
application
T.
of shields, man.
You know, and knowing when not to shield, you're gonna barely hang on. You can use that shield when it really counts. This is why, Mason is ranked, so highly on the Sylph ranks, right? He's been #1 for an entire month. He's performed really well in top tier tournaments, and today it's a marathon, right? And he pulled out really, really well.
Wow. Jesus, man.
How are you feeling right now?
I feel pretty good.
Let me
Pretty good,
let
yeah.
me just get this a little bit closer on over to here. How does that
I love
look?
it. It's so
Right in
beautiful.
front.
You know, the thing is, one thing I noticed beforehand when, Housestark posted a picture of the trophy and many other people posted the trophy, like virtually every other competitor is like, oh, it's mine. I'm going to win it. Come home with me. Mason just stayed quiet.
Just stay quiet.
Just humbled
Yeah.
in the background. Just practicing and scrimming. And
But he definitely has it in the back of his mind.
Okay.
And you were able to get that gold badge
I
on
was,
your
yes. I
your
needed
Sylph
it.
card.
And I got my 25th 100 win, that last win.
That's amazing.
2500,
Nice. Wow,
yep,
okay,
on the
wow.
dot.
2,500 win,
Yep.
Sylph card, gold badges across
Yep.
the board for your
Across
entire
the board,
season
yes,
1
sir.
and Ultimate Showdown champion.
Yes.
But you have one more challenge.
Yes.
Yeah,
up ahead of you.
Like home state challenger, right?
Mhm.
Former home state.
So Arrow actually came to my regionals, or not my regionals, the Austin, Texas regionals that I ended up sweeping, and he asked for a battle afterwards, and he beat me 2-0. Like nothing. I had nothing on him. So this is
I remember seeing that in the chat.
Yeah. So this is going to be a good battle right here.
Now, a little bit more background on Arrow, right? He is up-and-coming player. He did really well in that Dallas tournament, and he went 8-0.
Oh, man, he's here.
And-
He's
and
here.
the
He's not up and
first-
coming. He's
Well,
he's
he's
in the big
there.
leagues.
I
he
know.
is
in the big
here,
leagues.
but the reason he didn't qualify for this is because his rank wasn't high enough
Oh.
to qualify for the Ultimate Showdown.
Yeah.
So that was the big reason. So it's going to be really interesting to
Yeah.
see you guys play up
Yeah,
against each
but,
other.
Uh,
How are you feeling, man?
I feel great. I'm on top of the world right now. I was not expecting to take home 3 cups today. So
So, a lot of these players, and I'm sure yourself, talk about the community behind you. Is there anyone you'd like to thank at this bigger point in time?
there's so many people I'd like to thank. It'd take me about 20 minutes to name them all. Just anybody who's practiced with me offered me advice, told me to hang in there and keep battling, and offered me strategies. And I don't know. Go Stadium has been a super big help in and out of their Discord, our Discord, I should say.
I just want to show you all the love you're getting in chat.
Oh, thanks, guys. I love you too.
All
That's
the
very
Mason
wholesome.
emotes. People, you're easy to love.
Oh,
You're easy to love.
Thanks, man.
And
So
then,
easy to root for.
Walk us through your preparation process.
My preparation honestly started with regionals round 1, and it really was Arrow. It was Arrow and C9 got him. They kept using Trophus against me, and it kept irritating me, and I was like, you know what? If it's this hard to play against, I might as well play it myself. And so I took a page from their notebook and started running Trophus because it's a grass type that beats all the other grass types and still functions as a grass type. So I thought it was really well suited for this meta.
So many of these other competitors chose, in Toshi, your finals opponent, chose to run Razor Leaf as opposed to Air Slash.
That was huge. That was huge.
That was a huge decision. What were the pros and cons from your perspective of running Air Slash over Razor Leaf?
I like energy production. It's the same with Charge Beam Lantern. Air Slash wins the mirror, and it still cranks out enough Leaf Blade grass damage to be a suitable grass type. So I think that was just the obvious choice for me.
And the other consideration, a pretty big consideration, is a choice of moveset on a Zoomerall.
Mm-hmm.
Why Ice Beam Hydro Pump?
So in order to run Trophus, I needed to keep him away from tanks like Bastiodon and Probopass.
Hydro Pump, yep.
Right, so Hydro Pump. And then the other big plague for my team was Altaria. I previously had no really good Altaria answer, and so I ended up going for Ice Beam just so I could get the edge over Altaria. And also, Azumarill will lose some 2-shield matchups with the Play Rough, like against Sableye. So I decided to opt for Ice Beam so that I wouldn't run into a Shadow Sneak Sableye problem.
Yeah, awesome.
Azumarill is just one of those picks that has initially it was everybody's running Ice Beam Play Rough, right? And then the new metas evolved a little bit, and it's kind of shifted towards Play Rough, Hydro Pump.
Yeah.
And so anybody that was able to adjust even further and continue with their strategies, now Ice Beam, Hydro Pump. And it's probably going to go back to Ice Beam Play Rough again. It just keeps circling around.
I remember, King,
So
you
it's-
showed me Ice Beam Hydro Pump, and I was like, no, that's dumb. Play Rough is the staple. And I ended up taking a note out of your book.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And
yeah.
you certainly play and adjust depending on how you think your opponent's and you have the advantage in the sense that you're not playing against 20 players, 30 players, 40 players. You're playing against 7 other people, and then you can try kind of predict and see how you can have
And many of
advantage.
these are my scrimmage partners. We all practice against each other, play against each other, improve, and like help each other out. So we understand a lot of each other's battle strategies.
So moving forward, right? Season 2. I know we're all excited about Season 2.
Yeah.
For Self. What are you gonna do in the meantime while you kind of prep for
Practice,
Season
definitely
2?
practice. Just practice, practice, practice. I think the freestyle meta is going to be something important to study, and I'm going to start looking into Ultra and Master League.
What about your cliffhanger team? Are you gonna get deep into that yet, or no?
I need to dive into that. I've been so focused on Ultimate Showdown, I just haven't had time for it yet.
I would definitely like to go bounce back and forth and see what your ideas are.
And,
the team building and aspect of cliffhanger is so much fun.
Absolutely.
Mason ValorAsh put a slight warning shot for those that think they're going to pick up easy win in Ultra and Masters against him. He's going to be shoring up his team, and he's just going to be just as tough.
Yeah.
He'll just be just as tough in those leagues as he is great.
And I need to study up my knowledge because I'm pretty much. I know Giratina is really good.
Yeah.
Other than that, I know.
It's about my knowledge as well.
Yeah.
So we will have a lot to learn.
Yeah, but but in the downtime, I know you're going to be trying to build more content and some other projects
Absolutely,
in the works there, right?
I'll be working very closely with Go Stadium, and I'll be coaching a lot through their coaching services, trying to help other players improve, because this off season is really the time to brush up on the mechanics that we haven't learned. You don't have to stress and study for a new meta unless you'd like to take the challenge of Cliffhanger, which is something I'm definitely going to do. But it's just a time to improve on mechanics and skills and help other players with that and see how we can grow as a PvP community together.
Absolutely. Coaching services. If you want to get coached by some of the best players, some of them we're
if you thought
playing
you had
today.
a client,
Yeah.
As of now, the client list is gonna blow up.
Yeah, so I mean, Housestark is on there, CalebPeng is on there, Gaston Augustin is on there,
yes.
Great player from Argentina, and then of course, our Ultimate Showdown
I will
champion,
coach as well.
the only player to come out with 3 tournament wins. Mason is also going to be coaching there. So if you want to help out Go Stadium, if you want to get coached by the best, and you want to improve your PvP skills during this downtime, coaching from Go Stadium is a great way to do it.
So, but it's not over yet. You still have one more great battle.
Yeah.
Against Arrow. I'm looking forward to it.
This young and up and coming, this kid has not lost in a very long time.
Yeah. Him and I practice all the time too, so it'll be interesting to see how we play each other now.
Is it regionals that you guys are
It
playing?
is regionals, yes.
Same team? Are you going to adjust?
Well,
because he's seen your strategies, right?
he's seen my strategies.
You've also seen his in his aid.
I've seen his strategies as
that
well.
was just
so
last
I mean,
week.
He's not going to adjust.
I don't think we'll. I think we'll just play it as
Stick
is.
to your
See
guns.
how it works.
I respect that. That's good.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we do have a question. How can we use a different Medicham?
Oh yeah. What? So didn't you have a perfect Metacham
No.
initially? Or
Sableye.
was I confusing with someone else?
I have a perfect Azumaril that I caught recently.
Okay.
And then I have a Metacham. It's always been my 14 or 13. Yeah, 14, 16 that I have
wow.
powered up
For
from
some reason,
Boulder.
maybe I confused it with a different player. I thought for sure I'd seen you with a 1431 Metacham, but it might have been someone else.
Still searching for it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure someone will gift it to you at some point in time.
Yeah.
Just keep giving you
Keep hunting
Metacham.
for it. Yep.
Would you power it up in a second?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Well, you certainly don't need it. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Well deserved.
Let's take a look at the. You want to take a look at the final leaderboard with?
Just contemplate
dominating win, 7-point win.
That's
average
amazing.
average 5 points, almost 5 points per cup.
Some of the most competitive metas too, with Rainbow and regionals, racking up those wins. Boulder for sure is a tough thing to come ahead with. Just amazing and just very consistent play throughout the entire tournament.
Okay, before you enter the Ultimate Showdown, which cups were you most worried about?
Most worried about?
Yeah.
Nightmare. But then again, I think everybody's worried about it.
Yeah.
We were all joking, and they're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Nightmare, Twilight, no matter how much I prep for it, I cannot just seem to crack anything there. But other than that, I was fairly confident just across the board and in general.
He performed extremely well and picked up 3 cup wins, which is an absolute extraordinary feat. We can't understate how amazing that is. And it looked like it was going to be. It was pretty balanced up until then, and you and Cody traded trophies. But ultimately, You knew your path to victory. You knew you'd pick up one
You
win.
just got to focus on the match ahead of you. You can't be looking at the whole thing.
Yeah,
Right. Well, let's watch you play.
Arrow.
You definitely deserve this. I think we're going to
Just
hold on to it for
yeah.
a little bit longer. Congratulations again.
Thanks,
Congratulations.
Good to see y'all. I love you guys. Oh, no, they're going to hold.
Oh, they're gonna
All right.
Okay, we have Andres here. He's been working in the behind the scenes. He's been our voice here in our ears.
Is
you
this
told-
mine? This is mine?
Yeah.
Oh, is this
Is
yours?
this mine? I'm just making sure.
Man.
Yeah, and you told us that this is around the time that you normally wake up.
Yeah, I would normally be waking up right now.
Yeah.
You guys had me up way earlier for a nice
So
9-hour stream. of
Tell
some
us about the
Pokemon
setup.
Go.
Tell us about the setup.
Like in what sense? It's
Like-
a setup. There's a lot of cameras. There's a lot of lights.
Is there
You can
anything
see it in the
is
glasses.
there anything you had to adjust because it was a Pokemon Go?
Definitely the like any game, it's always like the flow, right? What information you want the viewers to see, especially the team, the catching of the teams from the actual draft of the 6 Pokemon they get. That one was a interesting shot because that's information that you don't normally see in certain games where there's like a segment, a phase like that. You kind of see it in other games like draft systems and like say like League and stuff like that. So it was interesting pulling that, especially playing it from mobile games. I've done mobile games before, but not to this extent, funny enough. So it was a little bit of a learning curve, but it was fun though. Learned a lot of Pokemon Go action in the past like week.
So as an expert, and you've seen many other esports,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think of Pokemon Go PvP?
It's fun. It's deep. It's one of those like easy to jump in, but like there's such a deep meta to it. There's a lot of technique to it that at face value I had no idea it even existed.
When you look at it from like a third-person
You're
view,
like-
initially you're just like seeing two people
Yeah,
tapping on their
exactly.
screens.
When I first started looking at it, especially like your Seattle event and such, when I was looking at your the VODs and such, doing some research, I was like, they're just like tapping, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm seeing it, but then actually sitting down talking to some of the players, and especially hearing you guys, cast all day, which by the way, good job.
Oh, wow, thank you.
Good job.
But-
It kind of showed that it's like there's definitely a technique to it. And on top of that, of course, the move sets of like locking your opponent into a specific, trying to get them,
Trap them, yeah.
trapped in a certain way, trying to get them to use their resources at
The
certain
mind
times.
games,
The
too.
mind games, the baits, it's all there. It's universal stuff that you see in other games, fighting games, in your MOBAs, in your shooters. It's all there to a certain extent, and it's all like here, which is really, really awesome. Like it kind of blew my mind, honestly, when I started after the first like match or so during the Boulder. I was like, man, I'm in for 7 more cups of this. This is going to get a little more tense from here. I can already see it.
And Boulder is arguably the least.
Exactly.
One
That
of
was
the
the one
least
that was just
exciting,
like, it was
yeah.
just straightforward. And then from
Same
there.
3 Pokemon, right?
Yes, exactly. You guys were just like, as it kept progressing, the techniques started showing up more. The mind games started, the more advanced stuff started peeking its way through. And you kind of started getting glimpses of it, which is really, really awesome.
Yeah.
So.
I can't thank you enough for
No,
this
not at all.
venue, for this setup. It's been amazing. A great way to finish up season 1.
Man, this is a world
There
class
are right now 300 people watching this. It's been steady, between 300 and 400 people watching this. All of our community is super grateful for your setup and all the work behind the scenes.
Nah, no problem
So
at
it's
all.
been
It's
awesome.
what we do here. We, anyone can come through the doors at local hosts here in
Yeah.
Philly or in Denver or in California, because we have other locations, and say, hey, I want to run something here. All right, cool. What do you need? Oh, I need a set. Okay. I need production. Got it. I need a bunch of computers. Cool. We got you.
This is the place to do it.
We do it on every level, whether it is you need help manning, because we had some guys here earlier. We had catering. We had Miss Shannon give you guys some
Oh,
nice
man.
I couldn't
meals.
resist.
She
And you
fed
baited us, too.
everybody.
And the thing is, it was nice Southern type food too.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Right. So
It hit the spot.
Yeah, so that's the point of what the Locos is and what Nurse Street does is support communities on every level, whether it be from grassroots up. We get everything from
Yeah.
esports clients coming through to just people that
Right.
are trying to make their communities even better and trying to up
Yeah.
their game, right? Like so.
And you
that's what we're here
happen
for.
to be in a really nice geographic spot with
Yeah.
Philly.
Yeah.
People from DC are able to drive over. New
DMV
York is able to
area.
drive
Yep,
over, so you're in a
correct.
good spot. But I believe we are going to be switching over to J Farm. I think he's going to be interviewing
thank you again for,
Oh, no.
for all your
at some
Pleasure,
point.
gentlemen. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much.
Take it away, Jonathan.
Oh, he's coming.
Oh,
this
he's coming
way?
over
okay,
here.
Okay.
Sup?
All right.
Okay. Can we get some J Farm emotes?
Jay Farm emotes in the chat?
Yeah.
No, this is actually, the reason why I came here today, right now, is actually to ask you guys, what did you guys think of this tournament? Not the tournament itself, like how did you guys withstand being here for like 10
So
hours?
you want us to know what we think of the tournament, but not the tournament itself.
Yeah, that's a confusing question.
Like,
yeah.
like, are you
what
guys?
do you mean by that?
He's trying to J Farm us some
I'm
questions.
trying to Jay Farm you guys the questions.
What do I think about the tournament, but not the tournament
How
itself?
are you guys feeling?
You know, the bathroom was clean. The food was really great.
Oh man, you got some
Everybody
coffee
was really
ordered
nice.
to you.
I got
right?
some coffee ordered to me.
us.
Got a couple sips in.
Man, I like JR Honda's shirt. It's a nice color.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing,
So-
right? You know, in my experience, this has been amazing. My experience, shoutcasting has all been remote. So this is my first time really coming in person and being able to shoutcast a tournament like this and being next to someone just as knowledgeable as King and following with that. I know initially getting a little comfortable being in front of the camera, definitely had to sort of adjust there. And so having someone here as knowledgeable could be almost overpowering, but I think we
Oh
were
man,
able to work.
I was trying to keep up. You were just going at it.
I don't
like,
think so.
Just listening.
I don't
I'm like,
think so.
if I repeat AJ enough, I'll sound like I know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. So.
but you know, but being able to feed in this knowledge bank here and the amount of how he's able to keep track of energy so well and feed each other's strengths a little bit has been really good. The other thing is, I think had I done the Seattle one instead, I think I would have wasted my voice in the first 3 tournaments, and then what I realized is that it went for a surprisingly long amount of time.
Oh yeah.
So I try to keep my energy
Yeah.
about the same and then ramp it up towards
Absolutely,
the end.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it
You
was
guys definitely
hopefully
did a good job.
entertaining. So.
Definitely did a great job, especially for it being around 10 hours long, and you guys kept your energy for
Yeah, we can keep
that
going.
long. Like
It's
The
not over
coffee.
yet.
The
It's not
coff-
over yet.
the
It's not
coffee
over
helped.
yet.
The
To
coffee.
be honest, this upcoming match is one of the most exciting, man.
Yeah.
I've seen Arrow just
Oh yeah,
run through people, right?
he ran through me.
right? Just like, and I'm interested in seeing can the